Welcome back to Man on a Beach. I'm here at Seilebost in South Harris with Robin. Robin, what does the beach mean to you?
Well, here the beach is so closely linked with the land use of this coastal strip that we call Macha and the ecology of this area as well. So the beach sand that we see here is like this beautiful white beach sand, and actually about 80 to 90% of that is actually crushed shells, which is very, very rich in calcium. And with the climate that we have here, with huge winter storms coming in from the west, a lot of this sand gets blown up over the dunes and onto what we call the macha, and that's what starts to form this incredibly rich coastal grassland. So first of all, we have the marram grass here, which kind of binds the sand, and then in behind that you can get soil starting to form. And it's not just the physical processes of this sand being blown ashore, it's also the cultural or the traditional land use, the crofting land use of this area, and the combination of this sand, the traditional crofting land use, has led to this the formation of this macha, which is it's a very rich grassland, and it forms these fantastic flower beds through the summer. On this macha here, just behind us in Seilebost, you can find anything up to 6 species of orchids just walking across this area in June. And also the bird life, so corn crakes, twite, all the waders. We have some of the highest densities of breeding waders anywhere in Europe. It's a fantastic place for wildlife, and it's an example of sort of low intensity farming that is benefiting wildlife that we're looking to encourage here. And also, it's not just these wildflower meadows, but traditionally these areas have been cultivated for corn, and it's linked into the agricultural system. So they've been cultivated with traditional varieties of corn for feed for cattle in the winter, and it's that system that has led to this amazing biodiversity that you get on the macha. And then down here on the beach, again in the westerly storms, you often get a lot of seaweed washed up, and these areas are fantastic for wading birds in the winter, feeding on all the little the insects that are associated with the seaweed, and it's just a fantastic area for wildlife generally. And then further over there, we've got the salt marsh kind of behind the dunes there, in the intertidal area, and it's just a stunning place to be. And just now it can look pretty bleak. These areas of macha, they can look really bleak, because at this time of the year they're just covered with all this sand that's been blown in on storm after storm. But if you come here in end of June through to the sort of middle of August, you see the place is just transformed. And it's amazing. But these areas are also fragile. The fragility of the crofting system, and a lot of these areas have become less active in terms of traditional crofting, and that has problems associated with it. It's really maintaining that crofting system that will maintain the biodiversity associated with these areas. So that's a little bit about what this beach means, other than just the spectacular scenic value. We're looking across here to Luskentyre, and behind these dunes here is the Isle of Tarrensay, and we've basically got a stretch of pretty much 10 miles of white sand beaches stretching to the south here. It's just an amazing place. If the water wasn't so cold here, I'm sure it'd be inundated with visitors, but we're pretty lucky to have this more or less to ourselves. My wife's has grown up here, and she says, it's not a proper beach unless when you get there's no footprints in the sand. And this must be one of the only places in the world where you can get to a beautiful white sandy beach, not a footprint to be seen, other than maybe an otter or just fantastic. And we're really lucky to have that.
Thank you very much. Bye now.